For decades, the West has controlled the world. But what will happen if the power is taken away or replaced? West has mostly used its power to its advantage and never helped anyone.
The United States is all in on Africa's future. This MOU will unlock new opportunities for trade and investment between our countries and bring Africa and the United States even closer than ever. This is an enormous opportunity for Africa's future, and the United States wants to help make those opportunities real.
The words were beautifully said, but Africa never received any help. And probably Biden was saying he is all in to exploit Africa, because no one remembers Western nations helping anyone.
What is your memory, and can you continue as president?
My memory is so bad I let you speak. That's
Your memory has gotten worse, Mr. President.
My memory is not good. My memory is fine.
Now, what's better for nations like Africa is a multipolar world. And that is becoming possible because of BRICS. BRICS is hosting the 2024 Games event where 97 countries will join. It will probably be the hub of many deals. But this gives a hint about BRICS expansion, and BRICS expansion means multipolarity. And the idea of multipolarity scares the West. So, are they going to do anything about it?
You like to be able to. Anyway, we're going to get a lot done.
Let's find out. In 2024, we have already seen a lot. But now the world is set to witness a sporting event unlike any other, the BRICS 2024 Games, hosted by Russia. What sets this event apart from traditional international sports competitions is not just its scale or the athletic prowess on display, but its profound geopolitical implications. With participation from 97 countries, the BRICS 2024 Games symbolize more than just a celebration of sport. They represent a potential shift in global power dynamics that could redefine international relations in the years to come. But 97 nations gathering at an event not hosted by Western nations sounds unusual. And to the West, it must sound like an attack on its monopoly. All the things they have done to become the ultimate power seem to be fading away. After all, in all these years, their focus has only been on uniting the world and giving benefits to all nations so they respect them, right?
Dad had a simple proposition: Godspeed. My dad was dropping me off to get a license to be a lifeguard in the city limits in the project. As I got out of the car and hit Rodney Square, it's called the center of the city, someone from the DuPont company and Hercules company, two large companies, and they're buildings adjacent to one another. And I'm getting out of the car and these two guys getting up and kiss one another. I'd never seen that before. I looked at my dad and he said, "Joey, it's simple. They love each other. Simple. That's not the reason."
What do you think of her?
Anyways, let's start the discussion with a simple question. What makes the BRICS 2024 Games a significant event in global geopolitics? Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. The BRICS 2024 Games, set to take place in Russia, are far from being a mere sporting spectacle. Unlike the Olympics or the FIFA World Cup, which are largely centered around athletic competition, the BRICS Games carry with them a weight of geopolitical significance that cannot be ignored. With participation from 97 nations, this event is as much about politics, economics, and international relations as it is about sports. At the heart of the BRICS Games is the desire to showcase the bloc's strength as an emerging global power. BRICS, an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, was established as a coalition of major emerging economies to foster economic cooperation and political stability among its members. The inclusion of 97 countries in the BRICS 2024 Games is a clear indication that many nations are interested in aligning themselves with this bloc, viewing it as a viable alternative to the Western-dominated global order.
Yes, and that's, I think, it's also in my book. The fundamental idea is that after 1945, we went through the Cold War where you had two superpowers which were, in a sense, managing the world. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, you had the the triumph of the West, actually the American moment where the US were the only superpower.
The significance of the BRICS Games extends beyond the stadiums and arenas. For many participating countries, the event is an opportunity to engage in cultural exchange, strengthen diplomatic ties, and explore future collaborations. It is a platform where nations can observe the internal dynamics of the BRICS bloc, understand its objectives, and assess the potential benefits of closer association. In this context, the BRICS 2024 Games serve as a strategic stage for emerging economies to assert their influence on the global stage. It is a moment where the traditional Western powers are being challenged and where new alliances are being forged. As the Games unfold, the world will witness not just a celebration of sport, but a profound shift in global power dynamics that could have lasting implications for the future of international relations. Now the question is, what strategic motivations are driving Russia's role as the host of the BRICS 2024 Games? Russia's decision to host the BRICS 2024 Games is not merely a gesture of goodwill, it is a calculated move designed to enhance its influence on the global stage. For Russian President Vladimir Putin, the Games represent a unique opportunity to showcase Russia's organizational capabilities and reaffirm its commitment to the values of the BRICS alliance. In a world where Russia has faced increasing isolation due to Western sanctions and geopolitical tensions, the BRICS Games are a chance for the country to reassert its leadership on the international stage. This is the time when Russia gets a chance to host such an event that it might be a huge attack on Western hegemony. And we are aware of Russia's relations with the West. At least instead of putting sanctions, Russia is just creating a better future for itself. It has accepted its fate, and instead of following Western script, it is doing what's best. You can't expect Putin to come on air and say he regrets the West leaving its country and putting sanctions. But will he be happy about West leaving? This gives Russia a chance to host such an event. Now we might see Putin saying thank God for the West leaving it.
Многие наши компании из Европы, из той же, да, они наши партнеры из Европы, да, многие заявили о том, что они уходят. Знаете, иногда посмотришь на тех, кто уходит, может быть, и слава Богу, мы займем их ниши. Наш бизнес, наш...
From a strategic perspective, Russia's role as a host allows it to demonstrate its ability to successfully manage a large-scale international event, thereby enhancing its reputation within the BRICS bloc. The Games are seen as a critical part of Russia's broader strategy to leverage its chairmanship in BRICS to boost its international standing. By hosting the BRICS Games, Russia is not only promoting the bloc's agenda, but also positioning itself as a central figure in the emerging multipolar world order. Moreover, the BRICS 2024 Games provide Russia with an opportunity to strengthen its diplomatic ties with participating nations. As countries from across the globe gather in Russia, the event becomes a platform for diplomatic negotiations and the forging of new alliances. For many of the 97 participating nations, the BRICS Games are an opportunity to engage with Russia on a deeper level, exploring potential economic partnerships and strategic collaborations. The success of the BRICS 2024 Games is crucial for Russia, both in terms of its domestic agenda and its international aspirations. A well-organized event would reflect positively on Russia, showcasing its ability to lead and manage complex global initiatives. It would also send a message to the world that Russia remains a key player in global geopolitics, despite the challenges it faces from the West. You might be thinking, what can a single event do? It can't do much, right? To answer that, we need to talk about the power BRICS holds.
My next update has to do with something called the BRICS. And I want to make sure you all are familiar with the BRICS because you're going to become more familiar in the years ahead, and it would be good to know it sooner rather than later. They're getting their act together. They've been moving quite well along. And they are now a very powerful force.
The BRICS bloc has steadily evolved from a coalition of emerging economies into a formidable alliance that challenges the traditional Western-dominated global order. The BRICS 2024 Games is an example to the growing influence of this bloc, as they bring together 97 nations interested in exploring the benefits of aligning with BRICS. But can BRICS truly emerge as a challenger to Western dominance? The answer lies in the bloc's ability to offer a viable alternative to existing global power structures. One of the key appeals of BRICS is its emphasis on economic sovereignty and political stability. Unlike Western institutions such as the International Monetary Fund (IMF) and the World Bank, which are often criticized for imposing stringent conditions on member countries, BRICS promotes a more inclusive approach to economic cooperation. This has resonated with many nations, particularly those in the Global South, who are seeking alternatives to the Western-centric global order.
BRICS is becoming stronger. The BRICS nations are actually becoming bigger economically than the American system. They're now beginning to deconstruct the institutional mechanisms that America is controlling. So they're beginning to question whether we need the payment system of SWIFT or we need our own payment system. Beginning to question the banking systems. They're beginning to question whether we need to take loans from multilateral institutions like the IMF or the World Bank.
Yeah.
That is.
They're also questioning democracy.
They're questioning democracy.
Yeah.
And all this has happened because of people challenging the Americans. What hasn't happened adequately is the challenge in the institutions, where America undertakes war crimes, they're taken to International Court of Justice. And where they can't be taken to the International Court of Justice, they're taken to the International Criminal Court by countries that are members, because America is not a member of the Rome Statute, didn't sign the Rome Statute.
The participation of 97 countries in the BRICS 2024 Games highlights the bloc's growing appeal as an alternative to traditional Western alliances. For many of these nations, BRICS represents a chance to break free from the constraints of Western-dominated financial systems and explore new economic opportunities. The Games provide a platform for these countries to observe the dynamics within BRICS, assess its objectives, and consider the potential benefits of closer association. However, the true test of BRICS's potential as a challenger to Western dominance will be its ability to expand and diversify its membership. With over 40 countries expressing interest in joining the bloc in 2024, BRICS is on the cusp of significant expansion. If a majority of the participating nations were to join BRICS, it would mark a major shift in global geopolitics, leading to the creation of new global norms and standards. An expanded BRICS bloc would hold immense economic and political power, challenging the dominance of Western institutions and potentially leading to a more balanced and multipolar global economy. But for BRICS to succeed in this industry, it must demonstrate that it can offer tangible benefits to its members, including economic partnerships, reduced reliance on the US dollar, and increased political influence. How could an enlarged BRICS alliance influence global trade and financial systems? The expansion of the BRICS bloc, with the potential inclusion of over 40 new member countries, would have far-reaching implications for the global economy. As a coalition that already represents a significant portion of the world's population and GDP, BRICS has the potential to become a major economic powerhouse. An expanded BRICS alliance could influence global trade policies, financial markets, and economic regulations in ways that challenge the traditional dominance of Western institutions. One of the primary goals of BRICS is to promote economic sovereignty among its members. This includes reducing reliance on the US dollar in international transactions and promoting the use of local currencies. By doing so, BRICS aims to create a more stable and resilient global economy, where member countries are less vulnerable to currency fluctuations and external economic pressures.
I think multipolarity is here. I think that's the key, and the dollar is dying. There is no question.
The BRICS 2024 Games provide a platform for participating nations to explore the economic opportunities that BRICS offers. For many of these countries, the appeal of joining BRICS lies in the potential to engage in trade deals and economic partnerships that bypass traditional Western financial systems. This could lead to the negotiation of new trade agreements that are more favorable to emerging economies, as well as the establishment of alternative financial institutions that cater to the needs of BRICS members. An expanded BRICS bloc could also lead to the creation of new global standards in areas such as trade, finance, and technology. By working together, BRICS members could develop regulatory frameworks that reflect their shared interests and values. This could challenge the dominance of Western-led institutions such as the World Trade Organization (WTO) and the IMF, and pave the way for a more multipolar global economy.
There is a US debt clock, which you can find in the internet. I ran it before coming to the show. And I ran it for 5 minutes. And in those 5 minutes, the amount of debt that increased in the United States was $8 billion. Now, 8 billion is, if you have 3 of them, that is the GDP of Nicaragua. If you have 5 of them, that's the GDP of Bolivia. The United States have a very serious problem of infrastructure. Their productivity is low. The number of bridges in the United States that require urgent repair, not repair, urgent repair, is 65,000. The quality of the road, according to the American Society of Civil Engineers, they produce a report every year, 42% of the roads are mediocre or in need of repair. The electricity plants, airports, and so on. Everything is a complete...
A week before.
Anyway, what are the potential consequences of BRICS expansion for the United States and other Western nations? The potential expansion of the BRICS bloc presents a significant challenge to the traditional dominance of Western powers, particularly the United States. As more countries express interest in joining BRICS, the bloc could become a formidable counterbalance to Western-led institutions such as NATO, the IMF, and the World Bank. This has raised concerns among Western nations about the implications of BRICS expansion for global geopolitics and economics. For the United States, the BRICS 2024 Games are a wake-up call. The large-scale participation in the event suggests that many countries are interested in exploring alternatives to the Western-centric global order. If a significant number of these nations were to join BRICS, it could accelerate the decline of Western influence in global affairs, leading to a more multipolar world where power is distributed more evenly across different regions. The expansion of BRICS also poses a challenge to the dominance of the US dollar as the world's primary reserve currency. By promoting the use of local currencies for international transactions, BRICS aims to reduce its members' reliance on the dollar, thereby weakening the United States' ability to exert economic influence on the global stage. This could lead to a shift in global financial power, with BRICS members gaining greater control over their own economic destinies. Moreover, the expansion of BRICS could lead to the creation of new global alliances that exclude the United States and its Western allies. As more countries align themselves with BRICS, the West may find itself increasingly isolated in global decision-making processes. This could have far-reaching consequences for international relations, as emerging powers assert their influence and challenge the existing global order. However, the impact of BRICS expansion on Western powers will depend on how the United States and its allies respond to this emerging challenge. To maintain their influence in global affairs, Western nations may need to rethink their foreign policy strategies and find ways to engage with BRICS members on a more equal footing. This could involve negotiating new trade agreements, reforming international institutions, and fostering dialogue with emerging powers. So, the BRICS 2024 Games are more than just a sporting event. They are a pivotal moment in global history that could reshape the future of international relations. As the bloc prepares to expand its membership, the world is witnessing the emergence of a new global power structure that challenges the traditional dominance of Western nations. The outcome of this expansion will have profound implications for global geopolitics and economics, as the balance of power shifts towards a more multipolar world. The BRICS 2024 Games are not just a celebration of sport. They are a turning point in the evolution of the global order.
Quiet. Mr. President-elect,
go ahead.
Can you state
she's asking a question. Don't be rude.
Mr. President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give.
Do you think the West could handle this downfall? Will it miss its old golden days when it used to easily control the world? Let us know in the comment section. Will BRICS take over? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: the Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.